What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
Back here again with another achievement guide. Today we're going to be focusing on Crimson Spires. This game is a visual novel published by EastAsiaSoft and developed by Woodsy Studio. It released today, August 11th, 2021 for $19.99. I know you're probably saying, damn, that's expensive for a visual novel, and I agree. I'd probably wait until you can find it on sale. However, in terms of achievements or a platinum trophy, you can easily get all 1000 gamer score in just about 40 minutes. Personally, I played through the game 2 times, and both times I didn't miss any achievements, so I really don't think any of these are missable. I think all of them are story related. The game does have multiple endings, however, we only need to see one ending, so I think really you can get any of the endings and you should be good to go on the 1000G or platinum trophy. Before we get started, I want to give credit to the written guide that I used to make this video guide. I found a guide for each of the endings on the Steam forums for the game. It was written by somebody named Ceaseless Duality, so shouts out to them. I'll make sure to link this down in the description below. I believe you could follow any of the routes for any of the endings. However, the route that I ended up following was the route for August's ending. So we're going to go ahead and follow that route and get the full 1000 gamer score. It should only take about 40 minutes. First thing we need to do is go adjust some settings. So go to the options, and then from here you want to adjust the text speed and max it out using the right trigger. And then we're going to go down to auto delay, and we're going to move that all the way down. And after that, we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and start up a new game. And I want to point out that you can fast forward through the text by holding the right trigger. This actually took me a while to figure out. At first, I didn't think that there was any fast forward button. I was just mashing the A button, but you can actually fast forward using the right trigger. Sometimes it will stop fast forwarding, so you may need to press it down again to keep fast forwarding. Now you should unlock your first achievement called the Encounter right away, worth 20 gamer score for having a special encounter. Now in some instances, we're going to have to walk around and investigate things, so I'll make sure to give you guys some instructions on that so we're not wasting any time. You want to interact with the dead body in front of the van and then interact with the liquor store. Besides that, we're just going to continue to fast forward through all of the dialogue. Again, to fast forward, you can hold down the right trigger. Once you get to your first choice, we're going to choose stall, the bottom option. And then we're going to hold down right trigger once again. Or if you're playing on PlayStation, you're holding down R2 to fast forward. After that, these pillars are going to rise, and we should end up unlocking another achievement here shortly. There we go. That's called the wall, worth 40 gamer score. We're seeing the strange metallic buildings appear. Alright guys, we're already unlocking some achievements. And there we go. That's the intro title screen. And we're going to dive back into the game. Go ahead and keep fast forwarding. Alright, so once we end up in the jail, we need to walk up to August. He's inside of the jail cell, and we're going to talk to him. You need to press each of the 3 options. After you press all 3, you can go ahead and end the conversation. After that, you want to walk up to the desk, interact with the desk. You need to walk to the other side of this chair, interact with it again, and fast forward through the dialogue. And from here, we should be unlocking another achievement or trophy. This one worth 100 gamer score called Just Gone. And then aside from that, when you're talking to Miss Murdoch, you just need to press each of the 3 options to make sure you go through all of the different conversations with her. After that, just continue to fast forward. You're going to end up back right here where you can walk, and we're just going to walk to the exit, this door right here. Interact with the door and continue to fast forward. Next, when you're talking to Sarah, we're going to ask about all 3 options. So just go through all 3 different conversations, and that's going to finish the conversation with her. There's no choices, just going through all of the different conversations. Alright, so we should have our second choice coming up right here shortly, and we should unlock an achievement right there. For the choice, you want to choose the top option, ask about the towers.
Welcome.
Alright, so we're going to be talking to Stacy next, and we're going to have a choice, and we want to choose the top option, tell her more. And after that, you're going to have another choice, in which we're going to choose the top option once again. I think you're right.
Sure. Look. Hey, boss.
Oh.
Huh? What?
What?
Will?
Is okay. Oh, no.
It's this. Will?
Alright, so we're running up on another dialogue choice, this time with August, and we're going to choose the bottom option. It says, because you saved my life.
What?
And we should have another achievement pop right here called the Old Cabin worth 80 gamer score for approaching Reed's old house. After that, just continue to fast forward until you end up in this room, in which we're going to walk around over here. You're going to interact right here, fast forward through the dialogue, and then we're going to have to investigate. So walk up here, interact with the ladder or the steps, sorry, and just continue to fast forward. After that, we need to head over to the door behind us. Right over, there it is, right here. Interact with that door and continue to fast forward once again. Alright, so we're about to take control of our character once again, and what we need to do is just go talk to both of these characters right here. So just walk up and press A and fast forward with the right trigger. We're going to unlock another achievement called the Church worth 100 gamer score, and then we're going to have another choice. We want to choose the top option, ask about the train. And then after the conversation with them ends, you want to turn around and head towards the exit. We need to talk to him, however, it won't let you just talk to him with the A button, so you have to actually interact with the door, and it will start the conversation with Julian, in which you just need to fast forward through it.
What?
Alright, so we're about to have another dialogue choice, this time with Julian. This time we're going to be choosing the bottom option. It says you could do better.
It is error. Good.
Absolutely. But what? Here's but what? Do
Alright guys, so we're running up on another dialogue choice with August. This time we're going to be choosing the bottom option. It says let August keep going.
I believe. Eh? Don't. Here's What? Oh, you.
Alright, so we should have another dialogue choice right here, this time with Maddie. And we're going to choose the top option. You just want to say thanks. Alright, and then we should have another dialogue choice right here with Julian. And we're going to be choosing the top option. You're going to say keep arguing.
I was just telling you.
I heard that's maybe.
And you believe him?
Next, we're going to have a choice with Liam, in which we're going to choose the bottom option, no. There we go. And we're going to continue to fast forward, in which we're going to have another choice. And this time, we're going to be choosing the top option. It says you might be helpful. And then after you're done talking to Wagner, you should unlock an achievement called Freedom's Dawn worth 100 gamer score for meeting a member of the Freedom's Dawn. And next we're going to have a dialogue choice with Liam, in which we're going to choose the top option to hug him. Alright, in our final dialogue choice for Chapter 3, we're going to be talking to August, and we're going to choose the top option, lock him up.
Must have had something.
You should unlock an achievement right about now. It's called The Bite, and it's worth 100 gamer score. Alright, so we're going to end up talking to Maddie, and you just want to go through all of the different conversations. So just click all 4 options and go through all of them. Okay, so we should have another dialogue choice right here, in which we're going to choose the top option to tell her the truth. And we're gonna have another choice right here. This time we're gonna be choosing the bottom option to talk to Wagner.
But
Oh, is it? Huh?
Okay, so once you get inside of this basketball court area, what you want to do is investigate the body. It's going to have a dialogue choice, and you're going to unlock an achievement. Not necessarily a dialogue choice, sorry, but you basically just have to examine all 3 options and go through the dialogue. After you get your achievement and go through the dialogue, we're going to walk up and investigate the heart on the floor, in which you're going to have another choice, but really it's not a choice, it's just examining or going through each of the conversation trees or branches. And then we're going to talk to each of the people in the gym. So go ahead and conversate with Maddie, and then walk over and talk to August. And then we're going to have to go through each of the dialogue branches with him, so just ask him each of the questions, and then just continue to fast forward.
What? What?
And next we have a dialogue choice with Liam, in which we're going to choose the bottom option, stay calm and talk. Alright, so we're going to end up talking to Liam again. For chapter 5, none of the dialogue choices matter, so you can really just pick the top option every single time. In this instance with Liam, you just have to go through each of the dialogue branches. After that, we're going to end up back in the jail, in which we need to go back to the door. So just head over to this brown door right here, open it up, going to walk into the hallway, and just go into this door right here. This is the mayor's office. And we should be unlocking our next achievement or trophy, this one called the Mayor, with 100 gamer score. It says the mayor makes a bad decision. We're just going to continue to fast forward.
what? Maris?
In it. In it.
We should be unlocking another achievement or trophy right here. This one called Strange Allies, worth another 100 gamer score. We're finding a strange ally. Alright, so on to chapter 6. You have to make sure you're choosing the same ones that I am again. Alright, so at the beginning of chapter 6, you're going to decide who you want to move forward with in terms of the ending. Again, we're working on August ending right here. So we're going to go ahead and choose the top option, August. Now, we're going to end up with our first dialogue choice, in which you want to ask about the book.
Is that okay? But you are. No, is that okay?
And next, we're going to choose all 3 options and just go through each of the conversations and continue to fast forward. And we'll end up running into another dialogue choice with August, in which we're going to choose to agree. It's going to be the top option. Alright, so once you're talking to Charlotte, we're going to go through all of the different conversations, so just click all 3.
Okay. Is you? But hey, wait. Oh. But
And then our final dialogue choice for chapter 6 is going to be with August once again, and we're going to choose the top option, yes.
but hey. But oh. Wait. Oh, what? Yeah, he's skip me. Did you? He's I was.
Okay, so for our next dialogue choice, we're going to end up choosing agree to not use my gun. It's the top option.
Huh? Oh. So, what?
And once you're in the mayor's office, we're just going to go through all of the different conversations. So just click all three. And then for our final dialogue choice for chapter 7, we're going to end up choosing let August handle it. It's the bottom option. Next, you're going to end up back at the jail talking to Liam, in which we're going to have another choice, and we're going to choose to unlock the cell, the top option. Alright, so once you get into this office, we're simply going to walk all the way down, and we're going to interact with the stairs. We're going to end up talking to August. Go ahead and fast forward and interact with the stairs once again. We're going to choose to go up, and we actually need to go up a few floors, so keep choosing to interact with the staircase and keep going up until you end up in some dialogue. Now we should end up with another dialogue choice right here, and we're going to choose I want to take this town back. It's going to be the very bottom option. And then after that, you're going to choose to kiss him again. It's going to be the top option. Now, moving forward for the last two chapters, chapter 9 and 10, none of the choices affect August's ending, so we can go ahead and just choose the top option every single time. You may run into some situations where you have to click all three dialogue options to run through all of the conversations to be able to advance. But yeah, just go ahead and pretty much just press A through the rest of the game, and we should end up having our full 1000 gamer score or platinum trophy by the end of it.
No. But but you Good. Sure. Yeah.
Hey.
No. No. Okay. Do. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Good. There.
Just. But wait.
Alright guys, that's going to complete the game. Crimson Spires, you should unlock the final achievement or trophy called The End, worth 100 gamer score. I'm going to go ahead and pop up my achievements just to verify I got the full 1000 gamer score out of 1000 gamer score. Let's check it out. There we go, 1000G. As always, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, Kegger101, Kana25, Michael Banksa, and Purple Rain 6. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.